There's also a table out there, our fundraising table with the t-shirts, and Tracy has been looking after that table. We launched our 2010 fundraising drive. Our 2009 fundraising drive was extremely successful. Amongst the BC users, we raised close to $18,000, which we have used to completely overhaul the BC building and WCB, as well as prescription model, which you're going to see this morning. So we are launching the 2010 drive, and as a list of some of the software development priorities we're hoping to do with that drive. So please visit Tracy at some point during the day. Just a note for your calendars, the FMF is held in Westcott Medicine Forum, which is a national meeting that Oscar, our annual national meeting at the FMF each year in different provinces. This year it's in Vancouver, and it's between October 14th and 16th. And the Oscar meeting traditionally falls on the last day. It's a full day meeting. So we'll have the National Oscar User Group meeting October 16th this year in Vancouver. And then we also just wanted to thank our registration teams. I think they might still be out there. It's probably maybe we'll thank them at the coffee break, because they worked really hard to make this run smoothly this morning. I think our IT team is here, though. The people who set up all the networks this morning, want to wave their hands, David and Michelle, and everyone that got here at 7 in the morning, so we want to thank them too for getting everything working this morning. Woo! There's also the Oscar buttons on display over here that were made this year under history supervision and Oscar teachers. So the buttons are free, help yourself to one, and once you take them to your colleagues, and the t-shirts are $20.
Feel free to write the own label meetings or that.
The text games, which are on the end of the every agenda today. Gunther is running text games. Gunther, you want to take a minute to explain? Gunter's looking for some volunteers. The reason we're passing this microphone is we're web streaming live to the people across the country that couldn't be here.
So the idea was to have a brief session to showcase different ways of putting text into the chart, different ways of interacting with the EMR. And so what I was thinking of doing is asking 3 brave volunteers to volunteer to be mock patients. And then Quentin and I are going to do a demo of how to use handwriting recognition. Quentin will do the demo of how to use voice dictation, and I'll do a little bit about targeting templates and phrasing and stuff. So we need 3 brave souls who will volunteer to be mock patients. Oh no, speak to me at lunch time. That would be very nice, and then we can register you and set you up properly. You're allowed to take out your own complaint.
I hope there's a few people that brought cameras today. If anyone's brought cameras and doesn't mind taking some photos of the meeting and emailing them to me, we always keep that up to date on the website as well. So I don't know if everyone in the audience has a camera. Yeah, you can take some photos. And definitely go over to the Oscar this afternoon. There's no major changes to the agenda other than the fact that Jay is stuck in Budapest. He can't fly out of Europe today. So same presentation is going to be done by Jill and David Chan under Jay's remote supervision. But other than that, the agenda is going to run pretty much as you see it there on the printed agenda. But the one minor change before we launch into the new features demo, we were just going to move up a brief discussion about the new body called Oscar Health, because David Price has flown out from Ontario to start setting this up, and he has a plane packed at lunchtime, so we thought we'd put him on first in the agenda so we won't pull him up. David, come on.
I think it's amazing when I think that just after 2000 I moved from here in Vancouver to McMaster, so that's the first clue that I'm kind of clueless when I moved here to town. David Canting approached me and said he had this EMR open source thing that he wanted to put in our maternity center. And of course I didn't know anything about open source. I didn't really know anything about EMR Mars. I barely knew what the internet was. And to think that we put that in September 2001, and here we've got well over 1 million patients, is just a remarkable growth over the last almost a decade now. It's also been increasingly clear to us in Ontario that having groups that are disparate all across the country trying to move in different directions is great on one hand. It probably is going to be helpful for us in a number of different ways to have a national body that is sort of an oversight body. As you know, the keepers of the code right now are David, Chan, and Jay, and they essentially, everything that gets in the annual release or the biannual or the 6-monthly release comes through Oscar and McMaster. And while we think that we're great and that this is something that we'll continue to do, I think it probably is important that we actually have a national coordinating body. And that's really the spirit for developing the Oscar Health Organization. And really the idea there is to take the Oscar Canada user group, you folks, the community, as a significant part of that Oscar Health Organization, and the academic institutions as well. Again, these are not-for-profit. There's no vested interest. I mean, it'd be lovely if I got $1 for every patient that went on to Oscar. And nobody gets that. And clearly, the development of Oscar Health, I think, will help drive a number of initiatives over the next couple of years. Probably the most pressing is ISO certification to get Oscar as a Class 2 medical device. There's a lot of noise coming from Canada Health Infoway and the federal government that they're going to insist on this. Certainly in Ontario, the intention from the government is that our EMR will have to have Class 2 medical license certification, so they'll have to be ISO certified. And the Canada Health Infoway has said repeatedly, has phoned a couple of folks and said, there's not a chance that Oscar is ever going to get ISO certification. And for me, that's like waving a red flag. It's like, okay, we're going to get Oscar into an ISO certification mode. And I think that it's really about the process, starting to document, starting to work with our OSP partners, having a really rigorous program for production, development, integration of the work that everybody's doing so that all the users can feel that they're a part of the larger community, they have a voice on it, and that they'll help direct how this organization develops. So we had a great meeting yesterday afternoon for about 3 hours, I guess, with some of the focus board and as well as myself and Tracy Carr from McMaster University. And I think we'll be ready to, we've come up with, I think, a very strong governance structure, a mandate, the principles, ethical sharing of data, et cetera, and really honoring the open source community and honoring what is being developed by folks like you in this room. And I think we'll hopefully have something that is formalized over probably the next few weeks. We've been saying that for a while, but I think we've actually landed on it, and we have a really solid structure for which we can move forward. We had a great discussion with the whole Opus board members, and I'm really excited about it. So just stay tuned. I think there will be an Oscar Health Organization, which will help as time moves on, assume more and more of the responsibility for helping develop and steer this in Canada. So I don't know if there's anything else to add to that, but certainly we're very excited, and I think that this is a huge step forward for Oscar.
Yeah, I think I just want to echo that someone involved with developers. I think this is very, very positive what's happening. We have been very lucky in the Netherlands that have looked after for many years in Oscar, and obviously that